Okay, so right now what I'm going to be learning with you is we are going to be doing the bottom lines of page Chaf Aleph Amud Aleph for Chazara. It's from line 20. It starts by the words Boy Rabbi Yirmiyah, and it's 4 different questions that the Gemara has. Again, 4 questions that the Gemara has on the story, on the halacha about scattered fruits, and especially about b'machnashta devei darei askinan, when you leave them in a public area called a threshing field. So, starting from line number 20, Boy Rabbi Yirmiyah asks, Chati kav, half a kav, bishtei amot, and 2 amot. Ma'u, what is the law? Kav arba amot, a kav and 4 amot. Tamamai, what is the reason that you're allowed to keep it? Mishum din fish techayu, because the person is too bothered to pick it up. Chati kav, but a half a kav, bishtei amot, and 2 amot. Came on the law fish techayu, since it's not such a bothersome thing to do, it's not so hard to pick up, because it's 2 amot instead of 4 amot. Lo mafkir lahu, he will not make it hefker. Or dilma, or maybe, mishum de la chashiva, because it's not valuable. V'chati kav and half a kav b'shtei amot and 2 amot. Kevan de la chashiva, since it's not valuable, it's even less valuable because only a half a kav instead of a full kav. Mafkir lahu, he'll make it hefker. That's the end of the first question. Line 26. Second question. Kabayim 2 kav bishmona amot in 8 amot. So we now double the amount of both the kav and the measurement of land. Ma, what is the law? Kav bar amot, a kav and 4 amot. Time amai, what is the reason? Mishum din fish terchayu, since the person is going to be bothered. V'chol shekain, and even more so, kabayim 2 kav bishmona amot and 8 amot. Kevon din fish terchayu, since the person would be bothered to pay more because it's 8 amot, he has to collect all the grain from. Mafkir lahu, he will make it hefker. Or dilma, or maybe. Mishum de la chashive, because it's not valuable, that's why the person doesn't want to pick it up in the Gemara. V'kabayim and 2 kav. Bishmona amot and 8 amot. Kevan dachashive, since it is valuable, because now it's double the amount. Lo mafkir lo, you won't make it hefker. This is the Gemara's question. This is the end of question number 2. The first big line number 31. Kav shum shamina, kav sesame seeds, ba'arba amot and 4 amot. Ma, what is the law? Kav ba'arba amot, kav and 4 amot. Time amai, what is the reason? Mishum de la chashive, since it's not valuable. Vishum shamina and sesame seeds. Kevan dachashive, since it is valuable. Lamafkir, you won't make it afker. You see, sesame seeds are a very valuable thing compared to grain. So maybe the person won't make it after. Or dilma, or maybe he will make it after. Mishum din fish tachai, because it's annoying to pick it up. And it's a big bother. V'chol shekain, and even more so, shum shamin sesame seeds. Kevon din fish tachai, since a person would be bothered to pay more, because sesame seeds are really hard to pick up, they're really, really small. Mafkir, you make it after. Kav tamre, kav date. Oh, that's the end of question number 3. Now we're up to question number 4. Line number 34. Kav tamre, kav date, spar ba amon and 4 amot. Kav rimone, kav pomegranate, spar ba amon and 4 amot. Ma, what is the law? Line number 35. Kav bar ba amon, kav and 4 amot. Time amai, what is the reason? Mishum de lo chashive, since it's not valuable. Because dates and pomegranates at that time in history were not very valuable, especially in Eretz Yisrael and in Bavel. Kav tamre, kav dates, ba'arba amot and 4 amot. Kav rimone, kav pomegranates, ba'arba amot and 4 amot. Anami are also not that valuable. And kevan de lo chashive, since they're not valuable, mafkir, just make it hefker. Or dilma, or maybe. Mishum din fish techai, because a person would be bothered. V'kav tamre, kav dates, ba'arba amot and 4 amot. V'kav rimone, kav pomegranates, ba'arba amot in 4 amot. Kevan de lo fish techai, since a person would not be bothered, meaning it's much easier to pick up 4 or 5 pomegranates than it is to pick up a whole bunch of little pieces of grain. Or it's easier to pick up 8 or 9 dates than it is to pick up a couple little pieces of grain. So yeah, maybe the dates and the pomegranates are not so valuable, but they're way easier to pick up. So the question is, will he pick it up because it's easier to pick up, or will he not pick it up because they're less valuable? Also, one of the reasons why they're less valuable is pomegranates and dates will not stay that good for so long. But grain, you could store it for a long time. And back in the time, anything that stores for a long time, like grain, is way more valuable than something that you can't store, like pomegranates or dates that are going to go bad and spoil very quickly. So we're on line number 38, the last line on the page. Kevan de lo fish techayu, since a person would not be bothered, because again we said pomegranates and dates are easy to pick up. Lo mafkir, we won't make it hefker. What is the law in all 4 of these cases? All 4 questions we have this question. What is Allah in all 4 cases? The Gemara answers teku, which stands for the word tish b'yitar. It's kushya b'yibat, which means we do not have an answer. Why don't we have an answer? The reason is simple. the Gemara here is saying these cases are very specific, and really you have to ask a Rav in your community about what to do in these cases. The halacha in the Gemara is not going to be written, and so this does happen sometimes where the Gemara doesn't give a definitive answer, an actual complete answer, and rather you need to look into it there. This is the end of this page, and this is the end of Chazara. Please make sure to do both lines of Chazara, meaning do it twice today to go through it twice. Thank you and have a good night.